Welcome to the CISO Daily Update.
New York Times source code stolen using exposed GitHub token. Stolen in January 2024, internal source code and data from the New York Times was leaked last week. The leak was posted by an anonymous user who shared a 273 gigabytes archive containing the stolen data. This data reportedly includes approximately 5,000 repositories and 3.6 million files. Folder names indicate data such as IT documentation, infrastructure tools, and source code, including the viral Wordle game acquired by the NY Times in 2022. The breach was traced back to an exposed GitHub token used to access the company's repositories. The Times confirmed that the breach involved credentials for a third-party code platform and was quickly addressed upon discovery. They emphasized that the incident did not compromise their internal systems or operations. Frontier says 750,000 Social Security numbers accessed during April cyberattack. Frontier Communications reported that over 750,000 U.S. residents had their names and Social Security numbers accessed during a cyberattack in April. The incident was disclosed to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission in April and was further detailed in new documents filed with regulators in Maine, which specified that 751,095 individuals were affected. This past week, the ransomware gang behind the attack claimed to have stolen information from over 2 million people. The rapid rise of Ransom Hub is attributed to attracting former affiliates of the now-defunct Noberis ransomware group, making it the fourth most prolific ransomware group. In addition to the Frontier attack, Ransom Hub has also claimed responsibility for breaches involving United Health Group and Christie's Auction House. Texas Attorney General investigating several connected car manufacturers over data sharing. The Texas Attorney General launched an investigation into multiple connected car manufacturers over concerns they are secretly collecting and selling vast troves of data from drivers without proper disclosure or consent. While the specific companies were not named, the probe examines whether these data practices violate Texas consumer protection laws against deceptive trade practices. Major automakers like Kia, GM, Subaru, and Mitsubishi have already received civil investigative demands as part of the inquiry. This aggressive action signals forthcoming strict enforcement, especially with Texas' new data privacy law looming, which aims to crack down on the unchecked harvesting and monetization of sensitive customer data. Nearly 400,000 affected by data breach at Eye Care Management Services Company. A cyber attack on Panorama Eye Care compromised sensitive data of nearly 400,000 patients and employees, including healthcare information and financial details. The attack was discovered in June 2023 and identified that hackers had accessed the network weeks prior. While the company provided identity protection services, it didn't confirm if ransomware was involved. Beware of fake Google Chrome update pop-ups that installs malware. A new fake Chrome update campaign has been circulating since late April 2024, injecting malicious code into vulnerable websites to prompt users with deceptive pop-up messages urging a browser update. These pop-ups lead to malicious URLs that prompt malware downloads like remote access Trojans or info stealers. Approximately 341 compromised websites exhibit this deceptive behavior. The attackers exploit trusted plugins to mitigate risks, maintain strong passwords, enable 2FA, and update website software regularly. LightSpy Spyware's macOS variant found with advanced surveillance capabilities. Researchers uncovered an advanced macOS variant of the LightSpy spyware previously known to target iOS devices. This cross-platform implant leverages public exploits to gain remote access and deploy a modular surveillance toolkit capable of extracting sensitive data like audio recordings, photos, browser histories, and more from compromised Macs. The macOS variant has been active since at least January 2024 and employs a plugin-based architecture to extend its capabilities dynamically. It exhibits infrastructure overlaps with Android surveillance tools like DragonEgg. Hotel check-in kiosks expose guest data, room keys. A vulnerability, CVE 2024-37364, in Ariane Systems self-check-in kiosks used in over 3,000 hotels allows attackers to access guests' personal data and create unauthorized room keys. The Flaw lets attackers exit kiosk mode by entering a single quote in the reservation search, granting access to the Windows desktop and stored data. Ariane released a patch, but hotels must update their systems and ensure proper physical monitoring and network isolation to prevent exploitation. Email GPT exposed to prompt injection attacks. The Email GPT service, powered by the Google Chrome extension and OpenAI's GPT models, was found vulnerable to prompt injection attacks by Synopsys Cybersecurity Research Center. This flaw allows attackers to use harmful prompts, gain control over the AI service, and potentially access sensitive information or execute unauthorized commands. Attempts to reach the developers have been fruitless, prompting CYRC to advise immediately removing email GPT applications to mitigate risks. Experts stress the need for thorough audits of AI-utilizing applications and robust security measures in AI model development to safeguard against such vulnerabilities. SolarWinds flaw flagged by NATO pen tester. SolarWinds released version 2024.2, patching 3 vulnerabilities including 2 high-severity flaws: SWQL injection bug CVE 2024-28996, discovered by a NATO penetration tester, and a cross-site scripting issue CVE 2024-29004. The update also fixes a medium-severity race condition flaw CVE 2024-28999 in the web console. While improving functionality, SolarWinds states there is no evidence of the vulnerabilities being exploited in the wild. Security flaws found in popular WooCommerce plugin. Multiple critical vulnerabilities were disclosed in the popular WooCommerce Amazon Affiliates plugin installed on over 35,000 WordPress sites. The flaws affect all tested versions, including the latest 14.0.10, enable unauthenticated SQL injection attacks, and allow authenticated users to update arbitrary options, potentially leading to privilege escalation. With no patched release available, despite attempts to notify the vendor, users are urgently advised to deactivate and remove the plugin to mitigate risks of data breaches, site takeovers, and other malicious attacks exploiting these unresolved vulnerabilities. PHP addressed critical RCE flaw potentially impacting millions of servers. A critical remote code execution flaw, CVE 2024-4577, was discovered in PHP for Windows, potentially impacting millions of servers using version 5.x and earlier. This vulnerability allows unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code on affected servers by exploiting the best fit feature of encoding conversion in the Windows OS. Following the report by DevCore on May 7, 2024, the PHP development team released a patch on June 6, 2024. Despite this, multiple attempts to exploit the flaw have been reported by Shadow Server and Grey Noise. Systems using locales such as traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese, and Japanese are particularly vulnerable. Administrators are urged to upgrade to PHP versions 8.3.8, 8.2.20, or 8.1.29, or apply mitigation strategies as recommended by DevCore. 26% of organizations lack any form of IT security training. A recent survey by Hornet Security reveals alarming gaps in IT security awareness training across organizations worldwide. Strikingly, 26% provide no end-user training at all, while only 8% offer adaptive programs updated based on regular testing. Despite 79% perceiving their training as moderately effective, 39% admit it inadequately covers emerging AI-powered threats. This is concerning, given that 26% of respondents experienced a breach in the past year, with 94% subsequently strengthening controls. However, 52% still report users ignoring detected email threats, highlighting the need for more engaging, current, and comprehensive training that builds a robust human firewall against rapidly evolving cyber risks in an AI-accelerated threat landscape. Cyber insurance isn't the answer for ransom payments. Head of Strategy at Veeam highlights the increasing severity of ransomware attacks, stressing the importance of cyber resiliency and rapid recovery. Despite heightened focus on cyber preparedness, organizations face misalignment between backup and cyber teams, with 63% lacking synchronization. Surprisingly, 81% of organizations paid the ransom, yet 1 in 3 couldn't recover post-payment. Most concerning, 63% risk reintroducing infections during recovery, emphasizing the need for thorough, immutable backup strategies. Veeam's report, based on 1,200 respondents. Telecom, media, and tech companies are cyber defense standouts. Moody reports that telecommunications, media, and technology companies have significantly increased cybersecurity spending over the past 5 years, outpacing the growth rate of other global sectors. TMT firms now allocate 10% of their technology budgets to cybersecurity, reflecting their heightened awareness of cyber risks. These companies exhibit increased cyber governance practices with designated cybersecurity personnel and board-level expertise. Moreover, TMT businesses prioritize robust vendor risk management, requiring vendors to undergo cybersecurity risk assessments and carry standalone cyber insurance.
Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter at CISOheadlines.com. Until next time, stay curious.